This video is brought to you by ExpressVPN and Shopify. People, more on them after the reaction. What is happening there, citizens of the Reject Nation? We are here to continue Reacher Season 2, Episode 4 today. John, how are you? Jacked up?
I'm jacked up. Rose can't wait, man.
Oh, you're nearly not the jokes here.
Swan song of puns.
Oh,
This bit.
we're shooting this not in the AM, but the PM.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, we've remembered character names, I think. Listen, everyone, it would be great if you could leave a like on this video. That'd be very much appreciated. Also, tell us in the comments, what are your thoughts on episode 4? Be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, because we are going to, of course, cover the rest of Reacher Season 2. Thank you to all who have joined us at our Patreon page for Reacher, and for also, being understanding to our open opinions if we are critical about some things, I know this is a very sensitive show for people. So,
People are very sensitive about their violent guy.
full-length reaction watch along resync with your own copy of Reacher that's available for Super Sexy Rejects. Over there, John and I cover several things exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. John, let's get into action.
Let's go.
To Jack Diner.
I got nothing too. No new information.
Well, I wouldn't say we haven't found any new information.
Damn, look at all that brand deals.
Look, someone's got to say it. Was Swan working with these guys or with these guys?
Swan's not dirty.
Swan's totally dirty. Come on, Reacher.
One of them has to be.
You don't think there's even a chance?
No, I don't. Focus on what we found.
Yeah. Can't doubt a member of the 1/10th, no matter what joke I made a minute ago.
Brad?
Stacy?
This is a Brad.
That is a fastener.
Jack Fastener.
Brad Reacher?
Shane Langston, director of security. Maybe he's the guy I got on the phone in Atlantic City. He's a security boss, and bosses give orders, and the guys we killed had orders to take us out. Just a theory.
It's really specific. Good theory.
Aren't you the guy that said that assumptions kill? Well, you're assuming that Swan's the same guy he was back in the 110.
Ooh.
This is the guy Reacher chased down outside of Seropian's house. Associate security officer.
He was a security officer?
Maybe there's a reason New Age has so many security issues.
Don't forget Marlo Burns. She knew she was sending us right into a buzzsaw when she gave us Seropian's address.
That bitch.
We got over 1,000 employees. How are we going to tackle that?
Machine gun.
Yeah. Let's get them all in a headlock.
One at a time.
One at a time. There's a lot of patience at the 110.
100 episodes later.
That was a good opening scene.
Yeah.
I like how there's forming a tension between them.
And an hour later, the place is hit with a smash and grab. Do you know how that makes this department look like we're 5 steps behind everything?
I made those applications when I had enough for a warrant.
Looks like Wilson Fisk.
It does. It's his origins.
Who's the monster?
And I'll bet you that it is those tin soldiers that you were supposed to be keeping your black eye on.
It wasn't the army brats. I made it crystal clear to them not to color outside the line.
So they listened.
I bet you gave him the crayons and everything.
You thought if you told them nicely, they'd play along. You're NYPD. These are PIs, for Christ's sakes. Is this too much for you, Russo?
Lieutenant,
In all fairness, they immediately disobeyed.
Would you please go and find out what they learned, right? Am I asking you nicely enough, Russo?
Damn.
I'm just trying to do the right thing, I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Get
And
your
you're yelling
emotions
at me.
in check.
It's making me agitated.
Who put this song on?
You got beef with the Talking Heads? We're in New York. They're a New York band.
They're a Rhode Island band that moved to New York, and no, I don't have a beef with them.
Ouch.
Road to nowhere. When we're sitting here getting nowhere.
It's a good ironic pull.
I might have something. I've been scrubbing the drives for everything Swan related.
And
Marlo Burns, David Byrne.
He's the assistant director of security, so all of his emails have Langston, his boss, and a half dozen other security personnel CC'd on them.
I mean, they're a team, they share information.
But he didn't share everything.
Yeah.
Multiple emails between Swan and our old friend Marlo Burns. Just them. No one else copied.
about what?
Music.
Messages.
I was listening to an album the other day. Thought you might like it. Jimi Hendrix. Axis, Bold as Love.
Axis bold as love.
Swan hated Hendrix.
Swan became Dewey Finn.
Skinner, no. Hendrix, no. Zeppelin, no. Who? I mean, that was his rule.
He's leaving everyone else off the email saying he loved something we know he hated.
They did have that very specific flashback about the guitar songs.
Yeah.
says the 6th track is called Little Wing.
Hold on.
He's in this table.
File on a federal defense project called Little Wing. By far the biggest contract
Little
New Age has
Wing.
ever had. 4 times the size of anything I've seen anywhere else in their records. A 9-figure contract.
People have murdered for less.
Look at this inner office.
Who's that?
Seems a test for the Little Wing tech was held for some military brass. Even a senator.
What kind of test? And where?
And how can I get it?
Senator Malcolm Lavoie assured he would do all he could to get the congressional votes to make Little Wing a reality. And I quote, he fully believes in the work we're doing here at New Age and will do whatever it takes to help us.
Whatever it takes.
You know this guy?
By reputation. In D.C., Lavoie's was known as a paper bag. His politics and his vote go whichever way the wind's blowing.
Ouch.
So if New Age stands to make a fortune on a government contract and Lavoie is its champion in Congress, it stands to reason New Age is the wind blowing Lavoie's back.
That sounds wrong.
So Swan, who's missing, maybe dirty, maybe not, is code texting Marlo Burns, who tried to have us killed about a program supported by an ethically compromised politician.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because some of
Just
that
what I was
information was a little
thinking.
hard to keep up with. This I really appreciate you there, Dixon.
English, please.
Some page bills, the legislative record, they don't read that stuff. They just vote the way they're told to. But as legislative director, they're the guys who actually craft and draft the laws, which is good for us because those guys have no security detail.
Ooh, wow, that seems like it should be different.
Why would those people talk to us?
I couldn't make it so they'd be begging to tell us what they know.
Oh, this is your episode, man.
There's a lot of powerful people in D.C. with confidential problems. Things they do in private that they'd rather not get made public. My job is to make sure that their personal business stays personal.
You're a
I need to
fixer.
hire you. Oh, yeah, you're a fixer.
Hey. Ho-ho.
You give me 10 minutes to make some phone calls. I'll get the name of the legislative director and an Achilles heel.
Ooh.
They're playing dirty.
Dirt Reacher.
Swan's clean. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have disappeared like the rest of the guys.
But he didn't disappear like the rest of the guys. His body was never found. His place wasn't trashed.
He bought a Hendrix album.
He ran off so fast because he knew 3 pissed-off soldiers and a kaiju were coming for him.
Reacher, Legacy of Monsters.
I would love that.
Maybe we don't know some people as well as we think we do.
There's no way the Tony Swan I recruited is a part of this.
But
This is a
times
reflection
change,
on me.
man. Yes.
You're judging me.
I take full responsibility for his actions in the present.
There's still a hell of a lot of work ahead. More arrests to be made, infrastructure to dismantle, whole networks of cargo planes, jeeps, and helicopters across 3 continents.
Can we go back to
In
the
that
infrastructure?
investigation, you could probably discover so much more money I can make. You
Oh,
know?
dude. Cut me in on that.
Looks like we got some ivory soap over here, Reacher. Meaning this shit's so pure it floats.
How pure?
99%.
Heisenberg.
Let me try it.
Yeah.
It's quite the buy and bust. Kilos of poison and a handful of scumbag dealers off the streets.
These are the small fish. We'll catch the shark soon enough.
I want to see Reacher take a shark.
So this has got to be the case that's caught up to them in the present, right?
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with this.
20 months already into his terrible twos. Apparently he's a prodigy.
Talking about a prodigy, you're about to hit your Bacardi milestone. 151 cases closed.
Damn. Cardi Reach.
How much is 48 bricks worth anyway?
47. One's missing. There's 47, not 48. In an investigation, details matter.
Hey,
Hey.
I said that's my quote now.
I know we loaded 48 bricks into Swan's ride.
Oh, what?
Let's check your car.
What?
Wow, it sounds like this flashback could have been brought up by other people.
Mystery solved.
I was saving this for later.
Fallen back there when I was driving and gotten stuck. That's the first rounds on me tonight for that.
I don't know, man.
Talk about it. Fuck up, man. Slack Reacher.
Losing a key of H, I'd say that's worth 2 rounds.
Neely's been suspicious forever, and Jack's been like, I recruited him.
I mean, he doesn't make mistakes.
I make no poor assessments ever of people.
Oh, he did a thorough
There's
job.
never a character twist in my life.
My gut tells me he's a good man.
Your gut's never been wrong before?
Gut Reacher.
You just say things now. It doesn't even rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme. The syllables can work as well. It's about the meter.
Not according
It's
to a
about the
top
meter.
comment in our last video.
All right, only rhymes. Poetry is only rhyme.
Let's just see what O'Donnell found.
Yeah, let's see what O'Donnell found. Apparently, O'Donnell found just a syllable's good enough now for our puns.
It's about the meter as much as it is the rhyme.
Oh my
okay?
gosh! Wow, wow.
I read your intake, and upon first glance, I gotta say, got a few questions.
What?
But you're quite a handsome fellow. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but are you really certain you want me to give you a new face?
I only take on ugly people.
Yeah.
In a manner of speaking.
Wow!
Now do the surgery.
Yes, yeah. While someone else is doing a surgery to fix this wound on you.
When you're a doctor, you know what's happening. Your trachea is severed. Blood is entering your lungs. You're drowning.
Oh.
Your brain is deprived of oxygen.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to kill someone like this, where you're like telling them what's happening to them as they're dying. Oh.
Now you can't hear me.
Oh.
Now
I am you.
you're dead.
Beautiful.
Continue the monologue, though.
This is the most hilarious plan I've ever seen, guys. He saw an advertisement in the middle of a very serious situation and went, I'm just going to pretend to be him.
That's how good he is. He just sets himself up for success by winding up in these situations.
Best plan ever.
I love it.
I want a whole spinoff where he just takes over this guy's life.
Daniel Boyd, Senator Lavoie's legislative director. Spoiled dipshit who's never lifted anything heavier than a Grey Goose bottle in his life.
Grey Goose.
Gray Reacher, I did it.
You know, I'm going to go back and cull some of these, and I'm going to come up with detailed defenses.
And now he drafts legislation that decides the fate of the free world, telling his boss to vote on whatever benefits the lobbyists who would him best.
So he was born somewhere between third and home base and never heard the word consequence.
Still got the casino shirt.
Boyd's going to be in Boston tonight for a fundraiser event at the Pops. We'll set him up like a bowling pin.
Come on. You can't ghost people, Jack.
Oh, you pick up the phone. I thought maybe you couldn't answer because you broke your hand when you drove the fucking car through the office building.
I didn't get hurt at all. The car belonged to one of their employees. I was returning.
Yep.
I want everything you got on New Age.
That's why I answered the phone this time. I actually have a reason to talk to you. I'm going to send you their security team roster. Run background checks. See what connections these guys have.
Checker.
Before we head north, Dixon and I should go talk to Marlo Burns, step on her neck a little bit. Address is online.
Well, we do all the work. What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, we're going to go score some drugs.
Yeah. Crack Reacher.
Hey, not bad, not bad.
I thought of it 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say it earlier.
That's the other.
when the
Well, now I'm
drugs were
going to
there
start
on
scripting
screen.
them out in advance.
I'd say.
Shit, 5-0.
That's just rude.
Looks like Brad Pitt there.
Ow. Yeah, are we walking into Fight Club? Save that for later.
Find a new line of work, asshole.
Yeah, man.
Jack Asshole Reacher.
Now you're just mocking me, G. Now you're just mocking me. Oh, good shot, though.
I want them to just walk out the house and go, oh, nothing. Let's go. After this amazing shot.
Wow.
This really is like an amazing shot.
Drones have really opened
It's like a real estate commercial. Damn, that's an amazing shot.
A lightly used Craftsman mini mansion. Who sent those roses? Or flowers?
Cereal.
Yeah. Hey, what's in the pantry?
Let's get out of here. We got what we need.
I need the proofs of purchase. Someone's scamming the prize system.
She's got a kid.
Oh, the kid.
Take the kid. Well, sure, yeah.
House clear.
Affirmative.
Wow. 110 really doesn't keep in touch with each other.
Oh.
Didn't even know I had a kid.
I mean, just some expensive jewelry Marlo left behind.
Think she bugged out?
Oh, Marlo. Thought this was someone else.
Jane's a gamer.
Ooh. What we got? What we got? Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, she said kaiju earlier and just kaiju on the wall.
Yeah, look at that. Kids behind this.
$50 million.
Thank you for your business, Dr. Elzakli. Have a wonderful drive.
Oh, say something cool to the little girl.
What is this sensitivity with the children that he applies? It's a very unique character trait.
Do you know why I love comic books so much?
Here we go.
Mom didn't give a shit.
It's because his parents were both killed at the comic book store.
Hey, where are the clothes you're wearing?
Garbage.
Garbage? Why?
I'm already carrying boots. If I had any more clothes, pretty soon I need a suitcase. I got a suitcase, I need a house to keep it in. Then I need a car for the driveway.
Anyone ever diagnose you as a sociopath?
Diagnosed? No.
Like their awkward chemistry.
Not one word.
Holy shit.
Ew!
I'm just saying you look nice. You both look nice.
You look like the assholes on top of a wedding cake. Pay you back in a month when my pension lands.
Yeah, your pension won't cover that suit, or the hotel room, or the plane ticket.
I'll pay you back in 2 months.
I got good pension.
Ew!
No, guys, stop.
Everyone ready?
Let's go listen to some boring ass music.
Let's do that. Ooh!
Anna, wash your mouth, boss, you're catching flies.
Oh, I hope she's on the level.
I like how he's stunned. Like, as it, he's already f***ed her.
Yeah, but it's such a brazen
He had to look
public
like, I've never
display
noticed
of-
how, like, oh my God.
He's feeling awkward in front of the team.
I'm not saying you can't admire her or be in awe of her beauty in the moment, but it was like stunned in a way as if he hasn't. Like, whoa, I've never realized I found you this attractive before.
Hey, man, his heart grew 3 sizes today.
I don't know if I have orchestra seats or floor box seats, and I actually don't even know what that means.
Okay,
Do you
well,
mind?
The mezzanine, that's where you are, but it just simply won't cut it. You see, you want to be down here.
Oh.
The sound, it just wraps around you like a fleece.
Wow.
How would I swap your ticket with my aide when he arrives?
Wouldn't he mind?
Not if he wants to keep his job. Please, take a seat.
That's how I broker all my deals in Washington.
And he quit.
We got 13 14ths, 8 13ths, over 7 months, 6-day working weeks. Maybe a timesheet clocking hours, maybe a rating scale. I don't know.
This is why ChatGPT exists, guys.
Just feed it into the machine.
Yeah.
Chat GP teacher. Haha.
It's a tally. 13 14ths. Something happened 13 times when it was supposed to happen 14 times. Here, 11 out of 13, 8 out of 11.
Okay.
Hey, but I just...
So they're not dead.
Okay, what'd I tell you? Hands are for helping.
I'm going to put a line next to all of them.
Apologize to your brother. Share your Legos, okay? I love you.
Aww.
There were 2,197 total events, whatever they were, but they only succeeded 1,547 times.
Oh.
Look how many times they didn't get the outcome they wanted. 2,197 minus 1,547.
Math reacher.
650 at 100K each. It's all connected somehow. Hands are for helping. You have brass knuckles in your pocket.
I got a Paw Patrol Band-Aid as a playground scent, too. I am no longer my own man.
You wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Not for $65 million.
You are a changed man, O'Donnell.
$65 million. You get like 5 kids and 3 wives.
Yeah. So many houses and Paw Patrol Band-Aids.
Buy some land, start a family. You'd be a good dad.
If I had land, I'd get 4 or 5.
4 or 5 dogs. No woman, not even Dixon.
Buy a Dixon.
She's a friend.
Okay. Whatever you say. That was some dress, though.
I love a dress.
I love a dress.
I love a dress.
I like what the characters do for Jack because he's more personal, and they could also get to his more vulnerable aspects that make him tense up a little bit.
Oh, you're all riled up.
Oh, what can I say? Classical music gets my motor running.
Really?
Bead racer, let's have a little private first.
You're not messing around, all right?
Oof, wonderful.
You never know how thick or thin to make these.
Hey, follow me. Ladies first.
Oh, no, you did the work, you get the reward.
Few minutes.
Wow, well played.
You gotta try it before I can bring you on as a dealer.
Play cool.
No!
Yes!
Did not see that coming.
Sweet.
They're not my drugs.
Which drugs? The ones on your mirror or up your nose?
Best show ever.
Yeah.
And I know that woman in the car wasn't Mrs. Boyd. And I have a special distaste for people who don't appreciate the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah, because his wife died.
But when I ran your name in the system, it set off bells and whistles at the local FBI office.
Oh, no.
They sent a couple of their boys down here just to talk to you. And it seems they don't care who your boss is.
Oh, yeah. What's up, FBI?
Fake lawyer
Special
time.
Agent Jack Margrave.
Oh, never mind.
Margrave.
This is Special Agent Blake.
Lieutenant Oscar Finley.
Jack Margrave.
Yep.
I just caught that.
Margrave and Blake, boy.
We'll already have the story of a senator's legislative director in the wrong woman's car with a snout full of booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
So these charges, they're not just going to get swept under the rug. We're not going to let them. Want to know why?
Why?
Because we don't like you.
I don't even know why you're here.
We're here because we want to know everything there is to know about Little Wing.
Fly on. I don't know nothing.
Little Wing is just a code name.
For what?
For a new technology currently in development. Incredible anti-missile software.
Atomic bomb.
But a certain aeronautics company approached us.
Let me guess. New Age.
Yeah, buddy.
They found the software could be tweaked. It could be used in missiles and not just against them. It could be scaled down and installed in portable shoulder-fired surface-to-air weaponry.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Allows missiles to defeat all known countermeasures.
Oh, damn. So we're dealing with like full-on arms dealers.
Yeah, and like weapons optimized to never fail.
Completely bypass their target, making pilots believe the threat has passed, and then they recalibrate, turn around, zero back in on the aircraft, and reattack.
Like in Dead Reckoning.
Well, the project required an appropriation bill. Lavoie knew Little Wing would slingshot our military into the future.
So I'm assuming Lavoie didn't clear up the red tape in the most reputable manner.
What do you mean?
I helped bury the proposal in a 1,000-page statute while Lavoie shook hands and drummed up votes.
And he did this out of the goodness of his heart to protect democracy. Fat envelopes slipped inside newspapers on park benches.
Grow the up, okay? Everyone made fun of the Star Wars defense program, but look at where we are now. Everyone's trying to shoot projectiles out of the air. Little Wing can knock anything out of the sky.
It's actually Space Force, you jackass.
Yeah, get it right.
New Age has 2 bases, software made in New York, hardware at a manufacturing plant in Denver.
Colorado.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of like crazy military shit that goes on in Colorado.
I believe it.
Welcome, everyone, to Olivia and Greg's wedding here in beautiful below 0 degrees Colorado.
So, are the drug charges getting dropped or what?
I don't know. I'm not a cop.
Nice.
Hell of a surprise hearing you're wearing the badge again. Lieutenant, no less.
Yeah, well, retirement didn't suit me.
Good.
See, you're still sporting the tweed.
What was it you told me when we first met? Trouble always seems to find you.
Amen.
You kill a whole lot of people?
Here and there. You still spinning that wedding ring?
Got a new one.
Here and there. But feeling better every day.
And the dog?
Jack eats too much.
The dog.
Dog's back. Or doing well.
What are our directives?
You and Dixon go to Denver. Little Wing software is useless without the missile hardware, and that's where it's made.
Who's tailing us?
O'Donnell and I will head down to D.C. Want to swing by Homeland, see what they know about AM.
Swim by Homeland.
I think we're just gonna knock on the door and say, can the DOD come out and play?
My brother worked for Homeland. His contacts can help us.
That's right. Forgot about that.
How's Joe doing these days?
He's dead.
Yeah.
Covered him, Dixon. Feel an action soon is coming. Do you?
I do. I thought they were going to crash the car. Someone was going to crash into them a minute ago, so.
Yeah? You gonna throw it in the garbage like our sociopathic friend here?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
They're just going to fight a random biker gang.
Yeah. We heard you're the biggest guy in town, and we're here to establish dominance.
Hand over your guns.
What makes you think we have guns?
We were told you'd be packing, Reacher.
Pack and Reacher, pack reach. He
Oh,
beat us
he
to
did it for us.
Yeah.
They also tell you you die tonight?
They said you were smart. I'm gonna cut you. Gotcha.
You don't mess with the 1/10, man. Haven't you heard? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Don't mess with the special investigators, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Boy. Oh, yeah, he's got the knucks.
Now, does he have him right now?
He's always got him with his Paw Patrol Band-Aids. Ooh, damn.
Perfectly timed.
Denied.
Oh,
with
good
the chain.
elbow.
Chain is such a cool weapon, and he just, ugh. Damn.
Damn, the way she uses them elbows are great.
Oh.
He headbutted, broke his elbow.
God. And that leg bend, oh. Oh, double leg bend.
Why are you hurting them so much?
Yeah, well, they got pipes and chains and shit, I guess it's even. Oh, no. No.
Not the hot one in the dress.
Yes, with the heel. She said she was going to do it to somebody.
What a brutal ass fight.
Or I guess Neely said it, but still, someone delayed.
Good stunt work.
Nice.
Damn, that was a brutal fight.
Yeah. Before you ask if it's done, it is.
You're causing a very complex operation a lot of problems.
$65 million worth, Langston. Assume that's who I'm talking to. Head of security?
Why don't we make a deal?
I have the means to give you anything you could ask for. What is it that you want?
Ooh.
I want to throw you out of a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I would have asked for 4 to 5 dogs, but whatever.
5 dogs, and then I throw you out of the helicopter.
Dogs. Not a house. I want a rental.
Yeah.
Under a different name.
Give me an airliner. And I'll just haul it on my back. I like the use of the music this episode, too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I got a lot of positive thoughts on that one. I really do. I really do. But not before I get out the positive thoughts on today's video spot. Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring, which is what we use for our merch store and is our game-changing partner in e-commerce. So whether you're launching a passion project or scaling to new heights, Shopify is the e-commerce powerhouse guiding you at every step. From creating your first online store to opening physical locations, Shopify makes it seamless. It's perfect whether you're selling exclusive merch or unique collectibles, thanks to their all-encompassing platform for both online and in-store sales. Their checkout system, unmatched! It's 36% more effective at converting visitors into buyers than other platforms. And let's not forget Shopify Magic, their AI tool that elevates your business with minimal effort. But seriously, reflecting on our journey using Shopify for www.rejectnationshop.com, it's been transformative. The transition, smooth, growth, exponential. Thank you again, Reject Nation. From simplifying sales to scaling our offerings, Shopify has been a cornerstone of our success. And Shopify isn't just for us. It powers 10% of U.S. e-commerce, backing businesses big and small in over 175 countries. Their award-winning support, always there to guide you. So ready to join the revolution? Sign up for Shopify at only $1 a month at shopify.com/rejects. All lowercase, shopify.com/rejects. Start your Shopify success story now. Let's grow together with Shopify, team. Big thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, a real game changer I've been using for years. That's right, years. So whenever they want to work with us, it's an instant yes. You've likely heard about ExpressVPN for online privacy and security, but there's more to it than that. However, there was a very real incident recently with Spectrum shutting down my internet and contacting me due to a suspecting hacking attempt. And funny enough, I realized I hadn't actually activated my ExpressVPN on my new laptop that I got a couple of months ago, so I was paying the consequences. Having faced a serious hacking issue on YouTube a couple of years ago, that made ExpressVPN my go-to for both security and freedom. I mean it. And yes, what you've heard is true. Believe me, this channel knows. You can use ExpressVPN to watch movies and shows on Netflix that are not available in your country. This means accessing a vast array of content of over 100 countries, like a global cinema at your fingertips. It's super easy. Open ExpressVPN, switch locations, refresh the browser, and there you have it. Whether it's K-dramas on South Korean Netflix, Hulu, BBC, iPlayer, YouTube, or more, ExpressVPN has you covered. And it's incredibly fast, ensuring no buffering or lag for smooth HD streaming. It's versatile too, working on not just computers, but phones, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. This means you can enjoy your favorite shows on anywhere, any screen. Protect and elevate your internet experience. So if you want to get access to hundreds of new shows, use my link, expressvpn.com/rejects. And you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/rejects. So head to expressvpn.com/rejects to learn more. Thank you again. I really like this one a lot. Yeah. That's my favorite one of the season so far.
Favorite yet, yeah.
It really brought, it's because we had a returning character from season 1.
Yeah, I didn't like any of this until Finley showed up.
Until Finley
and then I was
showed
like,
up,
it
I
all
was
makes
like,
sense.
Now, if you just get Roscoe, oh, wow.
Oh, dude, you never know.
You never know.
Never know what can happen.
The endless possibilities of television
the couple
programming.
of endless possibilities.
Yeah. No, even before that, it was dawning on me in the way they bicker in the restaurant at that very opening scene that they're the best ones to cast out in Reacher's mind, you know, because they know him the best. So he feels simultaneously the most comfortable, yet they can poke and prod him the way that could hit a soft spot better than anyone else. Whereas, you know, last season you're exposed to a bunch of characters where you just know he's in control, he's in charge, and whatever they have to say about him, they're probably wrong. You know?
Yes. Yeah, they probably have no idea. Whereas these are the
other
people.
Than you got pain, Reacher. What is it underneath that pain? You know, other than that.
Yeah. So this is like people who definitely respect and look up to him, but also have been with him long enough to be able to see him in a way most people can't.
Yeah, because as much as he's the leader of the operation, he still wants to always be an equal with them. So the way they like jest with each other, I think is really strong. So yeah, no, I mean, I really felt like the core chemistry of the cast really shined a light. I feel like it finally caught up to my emotions here.
Yeah,
and that's a really big mystery at hand. Yeah. Last one was, you know, a small town smuggling or whatever, and I don't really remember the details.
Yeah.
And this one's like, we could destroy a country, you know?
Yeah.
We could hit any target we want. We could win any war. This is like much bigger money at play as well. So. Yeah. It's cool though, and I liked everything about this one. I thought the chemistry was solid. I like watching them out in the field, being undercover, and then of course getting the down and dirty fight at the end. A lot of the things that I've not been diving into the comments, admittedly, on Reacher 1 and 2, 1 through 3 reactions, only because I know how these things go. All right, I see the way audiences are loving things, and here we are having like, yeah, we're enjoying it, but we're not as in love with it. I know that equates to we're getting a lot of crap in the comments. So I'm just like, why would I expose myself to that unnecessarily? And there's one thing to like engage and have a discussion with a discourse or whatever. It's another thing when you're diving in through a plethora of YouTube comments that I'm just going to assume are there. I'll say though that the emotions
get people killed.
Assumptions do get people killed. You need all the details.
Yes.
Or whatever. What's the line? Details matter.
Details matter. I think.
And then Reacher had a realization that details do matter in investigation.
Oh my God, guys, there are these whole things called clues. And
I've
they're
just been
all
assuming
assembled of these details. Is that what you call them?
Explain to me specifically in depth, what is a detail?
What do you mean there's not just one detail? There are many kinds of detail. How many details do I have to keep track of? Is there a finite number of details?
Break it down to me at its molecular core. What is a detail?
Bring me a definitive detail so I can just understand the basic principle. You can't just look at anything and say it's a detail. That's the point of detail. No,
details matter.
They do. Everything is in the details.
That was really that was fun. I don't know. I just really like the style. I felt kind of that New York vibe, and it felt like there was a kind of a more unique personality to it. I wasn't even like thinking about the action until we got to the moment where I feel like an action scene's coming.
Yeah, I think in the most simplified way, that is what I often hope for from this show in particular. A show like this is, to be engrossed no matter what is happening, and to be just as engrossed by the, relationships and the figuring out of the mystery, even if some of that figuring out is, very kind of rapid fire and details are sort of like, oh, you got to kind of grab on. Like there are certainly moments where, and we joked during the episode, and yes, if we were completely silent throughout the entire thing, it might be easier to catch every little detail. But those moments.
Then this video would also constantly get blocked in copyright.
Yes, and there would be very little footage.
You gotta wait.
Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, like those moments where people would clarify.
I really it dawned on me yesterday. I got to interrupt, and part of the interruption is what I'm going to say.
What's the rest of the interruption? Just this part explaining it?
Is that were you officially diagnosed yet? ADHD or ADD? Were you actually diagnosed or were you just suspected? I was like,
yes.
I've been diagnosed twice.
Yes.
That's how I know for sure.
Yes. After much going around with many professionals. Yes.
What do you have?
ADHD.
Okay, yeah, I've been diagnosed with ADHD.
Depression, anxiety. But here are all my issues.
Well, I wasn't asking for the whole like problem list history, John. I was asking about one thing: Jesus. Dial it back.
You were asking about Jesus.
Mr. Victim.
Jesus was the Savior born in Bethlehem. Right around this time of year, except really in April.
This fast thinking mind is we have our mind is constantly thinking of things all the time. It doesn't stop, doesn't turn off.
We're like Reacher that way.
And we're able to utilize that via a reaction, the things that we often reserve to ourselves out of politeness and knowing that in regular day-to-day viewing experiences for individuals that we would just get on their nerves with the amount of thoughts that we'd be sharing. We now have an excuse to actually get that out of our system.
Yes.
Because A, that's what is going through our mind and heart. And B, it gives something to cut away to to feature the reaction to get the requisite 8 to 10 seconds you're only allowed for a clip. So
and we're also, I mean, these are all happening to maintain the sanctity of the first reaction. These are all just whatever we got in the moment. So you better hope you got good observations, good commentary, good jokes, and good rhymes for Jack Reacher in the moment.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes
all I saw was the top comment of the last one, and I said, I am not going through the wormhole of these comments.
Yes, no.
And that was all about they've run out of puns. I even cut out the whole thing about when you said Jack Crowbar, the whole thing was cut out. Of when I was like Crowbar, John. There's not even a rhyme there.
Yes, Jack Reacher and Jack Crowbar aren't that far away because
they don't rhyme.
They're in the same meter.
But we have established.
But okay,
we have you must admit,
Jack Reacher and Jack Poacher don't rhyme. Just because there's a chur at the end doesn't make those rhymes, though. So like it's really hard to get because you always need an rhyme to make it truly rhyme.
They rhyme better than crowbar.
Agree to disagree.
How does crowbar?
Because it still ends in an R. It's still a 2-syllable word, and so like
wow, I didn't realize orange and storage.
It still has Jack,
rhyme,
and it still has Jack.
Didn't realize I'm
Jack
reacting
Reacher
with
Jack
Eminem
Crowbar.
on camera here.
I mean, I'm going to employ a little bit of his words, smushery, because people revere his technical ability and will accept that rhymes can exist where they're not most obviously presenting themselves. And some of them, yes, are going to be duds. Some of them are just not going to be amazing. And I regret that.
I'm saying we have established...
So, okay.
We have established through a whole season one that when we are pun rhyming... That's obviously very much like obvious one syllable or a very clear, distinctive one syllable rhyme or a 2-syllable rhyme. It's like jack, flack, slack, rack, attack. I'm giving you one to hold on to for the future.
Attack
here.
is a 2-syllable word.
Yes, but it's the ack part that the average listener is going to pick up. I'm
just saying there's more ways to do wordplay.
I know, but
than just
we are dealing with YouTube audiences.
Fair enough. I'll keep it.
We're not Anthony Fontana. We're not.
That's not who I'm drawing my pun game from.
Yeah, but I think he can make an argument because he's talking about music and lyrics. We're making stupid jokes that rhyme with Jack Reacher.
For a long time now, independent of my viership of the Needle Drop channel, I have ascribed to the theory that poetry can be poetic without rhyme. So, like, I'm making the effort to at least try and make it, like, relevant to or rhymable in a way. But, like, it doesn't always have to be a rhyme to equate to wordplay or poetry.
I agree.
So I'm just going to stick to churs.
On a fundamental level, I agree with you.
I'm going to go for at-e-er.
The way it is being conveyed to the audience,
sure,
as the top voted comment.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll take it.
After a while, you can't just blame everyone else.
I'm not going to
We
anymore.
have to look internally and go, there's
at-e-er.
something that we are looking, that's the challenge.
But, yes.
I know,
Shouldn't we challenge the audience? These stupid, silly jokes asks.
Don't worry.
They're challenging.
By me coming down on this, I guarantee you, whoever made it this far, there will be comments being like, "I'm with John on this one."
That's all I.
That's all we've done. We've opened the door, man.
But in seriousness, fine. Like, I'll take the note.
We needed the conversation.
I'll rein in the attempt to puns, and I'll only release the cream of the crop.
No, John, no.
I held back on Happy-cher.
We needed to have the See, that would
one.
weirdly work. That would work.
That's a good one.
It doesn't need to be 2 syllables. It can be 4 syllables, but if it ends in a chur, we've accomplished it.
So the chur is the real key to the rhyme.
I really think it is, honestly. For the average listener,
I will accept that those are the parameters.
If you were like, oh, I wanna learn how to write a rap, I think people would start with that kind of mentality, right? They would look at the chur.
But I agree. I think they will quickly learn that if they only use the chur as the rhyme, they will soon go, well, the first halves of all these words are like totally different. And it's not as impressive because a million words end in chur.
Just like there's beseecher.
Well, anyone who's doing anybody who does an activity is an of some kind.
Or like weaker, bleaker,
peaker, sneaker.
Yeah, so those I don't think it has to be a chur.
But you can add to anything is my point.
I know. I made that point last season when you were pulling that shit. And I said, no, John, we must challenge the audience.
It's an Ouroboros. Well, I have some positive thoughts on the episode.
Wow. It doesn't matter anymore. We're done.
I will manage the
What are your positive thoughts? We have
on the puns.
We've definitely talked so much more about
this. And I will try and bring my better game to that. However,
all we have to do is bring it up, and then now you have a rise of defenders in your corner, and now we can do both.
Secret way to cull engagement for these videos. No, I really liked this episode, and I agree. I liked. I was happy-cher with the episode, and I'll find a way to shoehorn that into the next reaction.
I didn't mean to flack Reacher.
It's okay, man. I take it back, Reacher. Anything I might have said to defy.
I just thought of a good one for. Oh, okay. Hopefully I don't forget it, but I thought of a perfect one.
Get your phone out, right?
I'll just say it would have been great for when Jack and Dixon were doing it in the bedroom.
Ooh, okay.
Come on, do you know it?
I think so. Do you want me to levy my guess? I mean,
yes. What?
Okay. Riddle me this. How clean is it? Because I have a clear idea I think works. Because they were in the sack Reacher.
That's it.
Okay. Good. All right. Good. Yes, that is a good.
All right. Next, do it at scene. Sack Reacher. Coming up.
Yes.
Call her here.
But to get back Reacher to discussing Reacher episode 4. This has been a steady kind of incline of it's taken these. Each episode seems to clarify kind of what this season is going for, and I'm getting more and more on board with that as we go. And this episode had the best, like, calcified ensemble. Like, I was really getting into, like you said, the rhythm of all of the main 4 of them. And even though there are so many of these details that are like a lot to keep track of, and you've got these names of companies and different incidental characters and then different important characters and things like that, I thought the way that they
hardened by deposition or conversion into calcium carbonate or another insoluble calcium compound.
Something is made material. Something is like made. Does that fit? Am I misusing this word? Say it. Read the definition.
I wasn't trying to
again.
Correct you. I didn't know what it meant. So look.
Well, now I want to see if I used it right.
Hardened by deposition or conversion into calcium carbonate or another. I was going to type it on the computer, but
it's like something becomes
keyboard
solid,
is reasonably far away,
solidified. Maybe somebody, a vocab nerd, can jump in, but it's like their chemistry and their dynamic gets more solid the more time.
It's chemistry, John.
Yeah, the purest chemistry.
Johnny,
we have chemistry. Let the actors cook. Like all the 4 main ones. You don't spend that much time with the cop, but I like again him. whenever he busts through, I'm always pleased to see him. And there's always, I can feel the scene he's having, even though he's off screen. Like whenever he pops in and he's like pissed off at them, I'm like, I can see what your day is probably like.
He's such a New Yorker.
Yeah. And I love that. And I'm really enjoying that as part of this because like we're not spending that much time like soaking up the city. And part of me, I waver on that because part of me is like, we've done New York in all of cinema a billion, trillion, bazillion times. And so even though part of me is like, it'd be cool to see like how this world immerses in it, I feel like we still are in a way, especially going into like upper crust politics and things like that. And then,
well, I think fish out of water is a natural, is like, I think one of the best audience hooks you can ever do.
Sure.
You know, because even if you're Jack Reacher, who's Mr. Mystery,
and Mr. In Control,
yeah, because he's still fish out of water, there's something where you are on the journey with him, because it's fish out of water, and they have completely removed that element, outside of what's happening here, guys. You know, it's not really a fish out of water.
Yeah, he sticks out everywhere, but not in the same way he did back in Margrave.
In New York, no one's going to be like, whoa, look at the giant walking.
Yeah, what beanstalk did you fall out of? Yeah, he blends in a bit more, and I think it's a nice, fun, kind of subtle choice to bring in his peers who can see him and who can foil him in a way we're not used to seeing him foiled so much in an emotional sense more than a physical or an even cunning sense, at least that we know of so far.
Well, I love how much they question him and how much it seemed to really make you could see in Alan Ritchson's performance.
Yeah,
that what is it? He doesn't waver in his belief when he believes he's and when he feels like he's right about something.
Yeah. I know the content of Swan's character. I don't believe he would go this way no matter what.
But he gave enough of a shade of a doubt in his performance to show, and only this team could kind of get to him on that.
Yeah, and it shows it's like that's a well-worn. It's like it's been built up over so much time. So it's not like fragile in that sense, but it is like, this is a tenuous line, casting doubt on one of our own.
Or tempestuous.
Freaking, it's tempestuous, man.
Oh, fuck.
It's all right. But like
M there.
Just the fact, like, he's so adamant against it, but he's also not like flying off the handle. But he's still just kind of taking the feedback and not like completely shading the team or making it some kind of melodramatic thing. It's like he's clearly steadfast in his belief, in his gut instinct about, the things that are going on, the circumstances. But I like the way they handle those shadows of doubt. And especially in this episode, I thought it got pretty engrossing as to just like, so clearly these two companies are together. I want to believe that Swan, sees the risk that this little wing program presents,
right,
and is trying to send messages from the inside, the Hendricks thing, and you hope for that, and I have to feel like because he looks so suspicious in that scene where they're at the car with the bricks and they're like, hey, where's this extra brick of drugs that just like fell out into the space below your seat, I guess. It's I like the way this episode breathed.
Failed to track Reacher.
Hey, failed to track Reacher, the drugs under the back seater.
This is being used in the review.
This is
so it is allowed to be used again in further reactions.
Yes, it's a touchstone back to the moment in the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes these are appendix
and
puns.
We will act like we thought of them for the first time there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you stick around for the reviews, next reaction, you'll feel a little included on some special shit. But I like all that stuff, and I like the AM guy, even though it is the most broad part of this particular story.
Hilarious.
In a story that, again, not to keep being like the first season, but like they seem to establish that the tone of the show wants things to be pretty tangible, pretty real, and that's part of the fun is that Jack Reacher and his crew, but especially Jack, come off kind of super in some way, like, oh man, like, this guy is a big buff Sherlock Holmes of sorts. But oh goodness, I had a train of thought. It was just like totally.
You were saying that Jack showering in the bathroom is one of like life's greatest cinematic things ever.
The broadness, like it even like even though there is still like a magic and a certain level of height to what the show is doing, it is like kind of beyond the sort of realism that they seem to want to maintain when it is like I need to figure my way out of this identity pickle bus bench guy. I'm just gonna immediately go see him. I'm gonna immediately kill him, and then I'm gonna take his glasses and I'm gonna leave.
You gotta think about the timeline of it, guys. We've got a problem. I've got a solution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this man, take his identity. I just get myself out of this predicament.
Yeah, this plan will be delayed by a couple days. I just need enough time to find a good person who looks just like me to assume their identity. And I enjoy, the thing is, luckily, I enjoy it. It's funny, because we were just watching on Patreon Supernatural, and it almost made me think of that, because there's an episode where there's a scenario that seems like they're going to do a fake twin brother
a Nephilim. Fake twin brother.
They're going to do Nephilim.
And I thought they were going to do a Nephilim.
Yes.
I thought he was going to summon a Nephilim.
That's right.
He's
going to rip a hole in time and space, find an alternate dimension where like Jack Reacher's evil.
It was like, this AM guy's something else.
Oh, boy. Yeah. He's Asmodeus. There you go. But no, it's one of those things that's like, it's a trope. And especially, it's a film noir thing, or at least to me, it reminds me of stuff like Dark Passage, where it's like, oh, you know, the drifter who's either a PI or a hitman or whatever who got his face changed. Like, I appreciate the tradition of noir storytelling that comes from, but at the same time, it is very much like it kind of undercuts. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. It gives this mystique to AM. And so, like, it's kind of broad, and he's so good at what he does, and he's always cool and calm, and he's got the comic books and stuff like that. So, like, there's a lot of details and flavors around that character, but it is still, like, the most kind of broad element, and I think it's not taking me out too much because it's not the majority of what we're watching.
Right now, the only thing that I would say is, you know, I think expecting to fear for Jack Reacher's life is a ridiculous ask of the audience. Like, I would never impose that feeling onto myself or anyone else.
Fear for who he loves.
Yes, or who he's concerned about, cares about. And right now, if any of them died on the team, I'd be like, that's sad.
But if someone came up and shot Finley...
Yeah,
I would be so.
Hate crime. Yeah. What is this?
Stop everything and go kill that guy.
I would. I wouldn't, like, Neely's one, but the others. Actually, you know, as I'm breaking it down, I'm like, I'd be pretty bummed if Dixon died, honestly.
I'm getting to the point where I'd be bummed if Dixon or O'Donnell died.
Yeah, and O'Donnell with the dad qualities, I think, really.
And O'Donnell in this episode was particularly fun, but also showed his worth.
As I started saying it, I was imagining him dying. I was like, hey, actually, you know what? I guess I'm at a. None of them to the degree. I guess that is the one thing. Because I was there really early on for Neely and Roscoe in first season.
Yeah.
Where if any of them died, or like I was so concerned for them. Because you're not concerned for Jack Reacher's life, but them I was concerned for.
Yeah.
And with these guys, like, it's their lives who are on the line. And I'm still nowhere near there.
I won't be devastated. Yeah, I would be bummed. I will care. But it is the thing where I feel like this season has had a more kind of steady build alongside the immediacy of the mystery. And again, the circumstances make sense to why. But I feel like in the first season, you had more pronounced introductions to characters. Whereas here, everyone's kind of crashing together and they're like, we're doing this kind of mid-investigation. So it just moves different, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind that, and I'm liking this increasingly, so I assume that by the end, you know, I might love this in a whole kind of different way from the first. And I like when contrast like that can happen, and I am happy to give a show like this that kind of patience to develop that. I would like to be at a point soon where I'm like, no. And when we go to season 3, then be like, you know, I think back on Roscoe and Finley and those characters, and I want to think back on these guys if we don't see anybody other than, I assume Neely will kind of be a through line until she wants to leave the show.
I guess I'm just not as super emotionally invested in any of them yet, but I am. This was the, like, I was noticing, like, oh, when we're cutting away from Reacher, I'm actually really enjoying it. Yeah. And it was the first time that it was really occurring for me with this cast of characters. So I'm still having a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. And this to me was fun, engaging, and overall more of the Jack Reacher show that I was really grew very fond of. But guys, what did you think about it? Leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Thank you to our sponsors. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Clap Reacher.
No, John. No.
That works.